Welcome back. Let's go home. Got a little bit of an elevator here. Gotta press the button.
Good evening, Night City. My first guest tonight is the president of the Church of
Forgot earlier. A runner I know has something you could...
So this is the beginning of the deluge of the multimedia crap. There are so many things always going on. People yelling at you, people talking, people calling. And they often just do it out of the blue, and it's really distracting. I really wish that the game was a little bit more laid back. I understand that the idea is that you're going to be overwhelmed by, constant corporate crap. Like, oh, it's the real world. You got to keep up with the times. You got to always be responding. Got to work for Fiverr or whatever. But I don't. I would like to be able to enjoy my games. It's worth noting, the NPCs are not using the same randomness as the character creation, but they are random. I remember the faces that we saw here in the last time I did this particular episode.
I don't like it when someone stares at me.
And they were different. So they've got a host of generic NPCs that aren't the random button that you would normally use. But they also have a host of scripted NPCs. These two, for example, are exactly the same as last time. And I know that because it's hard to forget a lady dressed like this.
Gotta be some kind of scam.
What are you wearing, lady?
Oh yeah.
Some kind of very weird setup there. You can see there's a number of things that are marked as pickups that can't be reached. I can only presume those are errors. Who knows? So this hallway is one of those. So when I talk about like, oh, so square, maybe some people don't really know why I don't like square stuff. Well, here's an example of so square. Oh, there. But here's a good thing. This little sideways cut, that's really nice. This is a fantastic use of an architectural change. As I was saying, the crap on the ground that they're using to break up the shape of the hallway isn't working very well in first person. It might work a lot better in third person, I don't know, but it's not working very well in first person. So what you normally would do instead is put in architectural breaks, and that little side cut was one such architectural break. Here it is again. See how nice that is? Of course, another method you can do to break up your levels and make them feel right is to make sure that the decorations and purposes of the various zones and subzones within the level call out to the player and make it so they don't feel lost all the time. Can I? No, I can't pick that up either. Okay.
Hola.
That's also a different random lady than last time. That's fine, though. Here's our apartment. So our apartment is hilarious because it is obviously a third-person apartment. And this has been said by many people. This is not how apartments are laid out. Look at how vast this reach of floor is. This is a third-person navigation floor. It's not how you would do things as a human. But let's take a quick little gander. Putting aside the third-personness, this apartment is really nice. If I had an apartment this size, I'd be very happy. There are a lot of cool things about it. I really like this pseudo-cubicle with the cool glass cutout on the side. I think this looks great. I like the fact that we've got egg seats and stuff. It really helps to make things feel a little bit more fun and natural, right? If we were to log into the computer, let's see what we've got. Some messages. Spam, and spam. We can go surf the net. I don't really care to, though. We've got a little car. Now we are... I presume that this is customized per background because we were a backer. I probably skipped that because it was the opening cutscene. It's a little bit hard to record, but we tore off a backer's patch when the game started, and I presume that is a memory for us. But we are such a slob. We leave all of these cans everywhere. Ugh. Got another set over here. Most of these cans are empty. What am I doing with my life? Huh. Also, we left the trash just right here? Seriously? We don't have like a trash can? Come on, me. Here's our bathroom. So these are really swanky looking elements to me. I know that they're intended to be downscale, right? We're supposed to be living in the slums. But this kind of sculpted ivory element really feels swankier than I think they meant it to. I think we were supposed to feel like this was like all crappy prefab shit. But, I mean, aside from stuff that I can blame on myself, like all of these unwashed elements, this is actually pretty nice. I do have a problem with these steps here. This was a problem I had with Moon, too. Moon had a really nice set of sets, but they had these weird sets like this where you'd like stub your toe and trip and die every morning. Stop doing that. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's supposed to just look good, right? We got a digital computer that takes about 15 minutes to use, so we won't be using it. And you can see it's really hungry. It'll trigger even if you're not looking at it. But I really like this. Shower, toilet. Yes, I would never have been able to guess that the shower and the toilet were back here in the bathroom right next to the signs. I've actually been in bathrooms with these kinds of beaded things hanging from it. I think the idea is that it like traps the stinky air of the toilet, but it's really claustrophobic and uncomfortable to have those things caressing your knees while you're trying to take a dump. Here, let's take a shower. I'm sure that it'll be a perfectly normal human way to take a shower, fully clothed. Just slap the wall and stare intently at the button that starts the shower that you never actually pressed. That's how I take showers. Shower. If you concentrate hard enough, the water will automatically flow under your armpits for you. Lots of graffiti. I wonder whether the intention is that... maybe they didn't even think about it this hard. I bet that this is generic graffiti that they just used from other rooms. We're not going to go to bed yet, but over here we've got our in-house vending machine, which only deals in drinks. We cannot switch over to drugs or girls. Oh well, right? But that's fine. Down here we've got a nice little sunken living area. This is super high swank. A building that looks this shitty and is obviously like totally crappy, and for people who can't afford anything better, looks this good? Are you kidding me? Look at how awesome this is. Oh my god. It's fine. I'm not going to be like, how dare my character have a nice apartment. So we turned off the radio because it wasn't actually playing anything. The game's setting for stream safe is not trustworthy, so we turned off music entirely. So it's a very quiet affair as compared to what you might be expecting. We have a surfboard, and we've got like loot. Let's grab some loot. And there we are. Any more loot? I think there's at least one more thing I can loot out here. I remember there being one more thing, but I don't see it. Maybe I'm mistaken. That doesn't matter. Back here is our guns. Yeah. So are we pretending that this is some kind of rundown facility? We have shaped punch-outs for every gun in the catalog. So we can pick up a few things here. I think that was everything from that, yeah. Is that everything I can lift? I thought there was another thing. It doesn't really matter, though. So the stash is, I mean, it's a decent enough idea, right? You can drop off your gear here, and you won't have to worry about losing it. And you'll be able to pick it up out of the back of your car or whatever. But the problem with it is that it interferes with our ability to play dress up. If we were to put away any of the clothes we have into the stash, then we wouldn't be able to wear them anymore. Which, I mean, clothes are not like a high combat sort of thing. You should just let us change clothes whenever we want. There's no reason to make that something that has to be physically present on our body. But the problem is that our inventory is actually quite limited. We got, excuse me, hiccup. Over in the corner you can see 56 of 200. we're already a quarter full, and it's mostly clothes. So we have to ditch our clothes and put them away. But that said, we can't ditch our clothes and put them away if we want to wear them, which is a little sad, a little bit annoying. We got some hats here, and it looks like the hats do provide armor, which is a shame because they're all just awful, especially if you've got hair like ours. Wow, that looks awful. That also looks awful. Let's go ahead and just live with no armor. I don't believe... why? There we are. Over here we've got clothes, jackets, I guess, and you can see that they're all basically the same quality. So let's go ahead and just use the shoulder straps. Because clearly these shoulder straps are exactly as good as a plated biker jacket. They provide exactly as much armor. Sure. And here we've got some tops that we can choose from. The top we're using currently doesn't have much armor, 5.9. We've got a lot of better options, like this reinforced sporty tank top with 9.9. But the thing about that is that all of these have 9.9. Like, that's 9.9 as well. Okay, why not? And I don't really hold that against it. It's like, fine, you want to make it so that you can dress your doll up however you want, and still have decent armor values. I'm not going to get annoyed by that. It looks really awkward with Never Nude turned on, but that's fine too. It's just so strange to me that they went to all of this trouble to be like, oh, everything has a weight, everything has stats and a cost, and oh yeah, none of that matters. It's like, really? Okie dokie. If you say so. Obviously, the only thing we can wear here are the old athletics shorts. If we were to wear anything else, we would have... See that fun glitch on my legs? Anyway, if we were to wear something else, we would have worse armor. So we're going to be wandering around like a deranged basketball player, I guess. And once again, we've got better shoes than we did before. Shall we take some shit kickers? Or we could take some biker shorties. I don't know. Let's see if we can find some shit kickers. None of these are the right color for what we're wearing. I guess that'll do. It's really important to get that sort of thing right. And lastly, we're just going to quickly check our guns and see what we've got. You can see that we do have some upgrades, but they're all pistols. We're going to switch out our current pistol for one that's a little bit better. But we're going to switch it out again in not too long. It looks like we have the ability to attach something. Yeah, we have something we can attach to it. But we're certainly not going to attach it to a disposable pistol, so we're just going to back off. I think that's everything I wanted to cover with the gearing up. Let's put some junk away and then go to bed. Where's our junk away button? Is it all over here? I guess it is. And what we'll do is we'll just put away the things that we don't have equipped. You can tell that something is equipped because it's got this lighter element to it. But we just want to be careful not to accidentally dequip those things, since it would be super easy for us to accidentally send all of the things we're trying to wear away into storage and run around naked. So what is these? I thought that this little tick here meant that it was equipped. Maybe it means it's got like a slot or something. I'm not sure. No, wait, the green can't mean it's equipped. Yeah, so that does mean it's equipped. Okay. So the green does not mean it's equipped. It's that little teeny tick in the corner, and I've probably already ended up naked because I thought it was the green thing, and that was just dumb of me. So now I'm running around shirtless, obviously. What was the shirt we were wearing? We were wearing like a really crappy one. I think it was this one. Yeah, we'll just take that back out. Ugh. And here we've got a bunch of consumables, which weigh nothing, so we'll keep them. And we got some grenades, which we'll also keep. We've got some mods, which we'll keep. We got some mods that we'll keep. 2 different categories of mods. And we got some junk. I don't really know what the junk is for, but again, it doesn't weigh anything, so whatever. We'll just go ahead and call that done. We'll just put our shirt back on. Oh no! Oh no! We're running around half naked. It's interesting that we have this full bra when we're not wearing a shirt, but when we wear a shirt, we've just got that like blender style black tits. Blacked out breasts. There, that's what I was thinking of. All right, bedtime. Let's get on the bed and sleep like humans do. Look, we must use the bed a lot. It's been carefully made. Or maybe we just don't know how to use a bed. We never have to make it because we never sleep on it like a human. Sure. Here you can see a bunch of red stuff happening here. Only some of it is bad. You see we've got a firmware intrusion. So we've got a problem. And that's the next sequence of this game. We've got to try to get ourselves shit together. Yeah.
No matter. Time you got up.
I think I might have caught something when I jacked into that Corpo's biome line. I know a neurovirus or... Need to see Vic. Let him tell me what's got my head reeling and my stomach churning.
Okay, let me take you. I brought you a ride. Throw on some threads, meet you downstairs.
So this is one of the classic ways to do an introductory sequence. They've got to introduce us to the basic ideas. They've got to make sure that we understand that there is a doctor we can see to upgrade our cyberware. So they've got to create an excuse for us to see the doctor. And that's exactly what they've done here. And that's not bad at all. That's a decent way to set things up. Also, this is now open. Here. Yeah, I don't care. So Regina Jones calls us out of the blue when we're trying to talk to ourselves, when we're trying to do something else, interrupting us. Standard approach. We're going to see this happen a lot. Regina Jones is a particularly bad offender here because she's going to email us as well. And then once she's done emailing us, she's going to email us again. Ugh. Oh, maybe it's the coach that emails us twice in a row. So this is outside of the little interior area we were in. Yesterday night this door was closed. Now it's open and we can kind of wander around out here and see what's up. We've got a map, I guess. Here's a bunch of cops. These cops are not actually going to do anything. They're just going to stand there forever. There's a lot of loot here.
Rough night. Oh, God.
Oh, this little China tune is too loud for you. Just slot in some earplugs and it's nighty-night.
It's not that.
What the? Smell? Sure, you're in that room like a sardine, but
Why is this still here? You think these people would have cleaned it up?
Oh, one guy in the room, June, died.
what? Oh, which one?
Gray-haired guy, slept under all them rags. We thought he was sick or something, but then we opened his sleeping bag. For you.
So that's pretty good background dialogue. It really tells us the sort of place we're living in. We're living in a place where people die due to not being able to, you know, get a decent place to sleep. We are also living in the swankiest apartment that I've ever seen. Well, no, that's not true. But it's a very swanky apartment. We could easily cram 4 more people in there if necessary. We can go upstairs, but there's nothing really up here. My presumption is that over the course of the game, these areas will be used for a variety of purposes, because otherwise there's really no reason to have this be accessible. That was all it was.
Jesus.
Downstairs is where we're supposed to go. Yay! Here we are, downstairs. Can't open up anybody's apartment, can't break in. It's a damn shame. I'd like to be a sneaky thief in Cyberzone. This is not the best place to busk, lady, or to beg. You think there's going to be a lot of people walking by here with cash to spare? Well, whatever. You do you. So basically this building, it has this giant central plaza down there. Do not jump off. If you do, I will kill you. Well, I'll die, so it won't matter. But this central plaza is not the focus of our experience right now. Right now we are kind of edging along the upper balconies almost all of these buildings have upper balconies that are exterior and are basically like shanty strip malls, which is kind of a fun idea. I wish that they'd pushed that a lot further rather than only kind of half-assing it, which we'll talk about a little bit more a little bit later. But overall, the design of this zone, it looks quite good. They follow a lot of basic design principles that I agree with very strongly. That was weird. I think that we can just go down again, but we're supposed to go around and stay on this floor. That seems super dangerous. Okie dokie.
My oh my, look at her, so pretty.
I want to see what's downstairs because we're not supposed to go downstairs, and I don't think I've ever been down there. I think it's just going to be another closed off zone. Yeah, yeah. So I'm sort of looking at the NPCs on and off as we wander around. I know some people have been extremely impressed by the NPCs of this game. And to some extent they're correct, because all of the NPCs are fairly unique. Oh, wow, there's a chunky lady. We couldn't choose your body type. We couldn't choose your facial features either. There must be a couple of different variants that are NPC only. But as you can see, they take some care to try and make the NPCs feel distinct. And that can be done very easily with the facial portions, because the faces are carefully crafted so that any combination of features will look decent. There's no scaling that will end up making the elements look weird. But still, the thing that really distinguishes them is the add-ons. What do they wear? What colors do they have on their skin? What tattoos? How do they set their things up? And that's clearly been, I don't know if it was automated, but it's clearly been worked out in terms of none of the people who are living here have truly stupid layouts. What are you welding? Do those taste good once you've welded them to the grill?
Today's gonna be awesome.
That's good to hear, but you don't look like you're trying to say that. You look like one of the most depressed people I've ever seen. Well, whatever. So this is one of the areas, open areas in the building, and it's supposed to be a centralized destination. You get little squares here and there, you know what I mean?
You could boil shit in piss and it still smell better than this fucking dump.
So this is actually a square, but it's got some stuff breaking up the openness of it so that we don't feel like it's too much of a square. And the reason for that is because this isn't supposed to be the square we notice. There's a square over here that's much more impressive. So the idea is we're supposed to notice this square as the main square. But I'm not sure the flow works out. I think maybe this could have been arranged slightly differently. Here's Coach. Yeah, go away. Here's Coach. Yeah, go away. Here's Coach. Yeah, go away. I don't want to track it. So here we've got some wonderful... shish kebabs and noodles. Can I have some?
Where are you off to?
I like noodles. No? Fine. Oh, look, here's some burgers. Can I have some burgers? Oh, look, here's some dishes and pottery.
Hey, yourself.
None of these shops actually sell anything to me. They insist on only selling to NPCs, which is strange because they filled this world with junk, and then they went on to say things like, you can't actually buy it. Interesting choice on their part. Okay, I'm going in circles at this point. Alright, so out here we've got the main plaza area, which is full of unusually player-centric affairs. I can't imagine... Oh, wow, we've got some teleporting weights over there. I can't imagine that we've got too many residents of this building that are interested in turning the entire building into a gym, because this is basically like an MMA gym, but it's just randomly out in the street. Who owns this stuff? I mean, I can see why someone wouldn't steal this. It's kind of heavy. But there's lots of stuff that they might steal. Really? You? You're working out? Okay. Wear some workout clothes then, lady. I just don't understand. It's decent in terms of making sure that the player understands the level flow and can get involved with the things they're trying to get involved with. But it's weird. This thing is not collectible because it's too close to a guy. There we are. But it's just weird. It doesn't make any physical sense to have an open-air gym like this outside of a residential building. That said, I do really enjoy this plaza. It's obviously the gap between buildings, which means it's quite tall, as you can see. I enjoy the way they've staggered the verticality of the cover elements. I wish that there were some stairs. I wish it was a little bit stepped at some point, but it's pretty good, and I can accept it. Here you can see that there is a locked off zone. This is random, because last time I was here in my first take, this was open, and I could actually get back there. This time I can't, not without getting shot. We got some homeless folks, maybe. These homeless folks who are sleeping on top of some vinyl records, I guess. And of course, over here we've got the gun person.
This sweet little 45's waiting for its mommy. Purrs after every shot now.
So we're supposed to buy our gun back from Wilson. Fortunately, it's free.
Let's have a look.
The problem here is that it doesn't actually tell us which gun is ours. Now, if you think about it for a little bit, it's going to be obvious that it's the one with the giant exclamation point on it. And it also costs $0, which is kind of also a giveaway. But this never actually says that it's ours. Very strange, right? Also, the first time I played, this was the best gun by far, but this time it seems pretty crappy. Well, it's free, we'll take it. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff we can buy, but we're not going to do that just yet.
Thanks a lot.
They're telling us about upgrading iconic items, but we haven't learned anything about upgrading normal items yet, so I don't know why they think it's time to tell us that. Ugh, God, this game. Everything literally falls apart. It would be super nice if I was allowed to actually practice in here. Maybe it'll open up later. But at the very least, as the level design element goes, it helps us to distinguish this area from everywhere else, because we can understand that this is the gun shop, including the full range over there and all that jazz. I find that it works quite well. Now I think that we're supposed to go down there, but there's a little bit more room first.
Jesus. Would it kill you to show a little empathy for once? I'm worried about him. Yeah, poor guy. Made more in a week than I do in a whole month.
Thing is, I don't know if the scratch was worth it. During the last sesh, they even aimed a gun at me. That wasn't in the script. Him, they cuffed, gagged, and they threatened to kill him.
Well, this sounds like quite a strange little porno shoot they've got going there. Right now we're just doing a final sweep, and then we'll be done for the day. I just want to see if there's any more loot. That sounded like gunfire. Who's shooting? A lot of verticality here, which I find pretty nice. Lots of good verticality. But the verticality isn't in service of any game element that really helps to sell us on the existence of this world. It's empty level. If you want to have empty levels, then you can have your empty levels in the same way that Paradise Killer does. You got to fill it up with something that tells us about the nature of the world. And the nature of the world is still pretty cloudy at this point. So it would be super nice if this station, this area, really did have a lot of that stuff in it. It does have some of that stuff in it. It's not like this is all just completely empty. But it's got a lot of empty space. It's got a lot of space that doesn't actually end up saying a lot. This space is pretty good. It contrasts very well with the hangout spots that we saw down below. It's a little bit strange that there are people like sitting on the ground next to the couches, but whatever. Are you seriously telling me that nobody's stolen this cable and piping? You can sell that shit off. You can sell that shit off in the real world. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion we're about to get shot at for some reason, so let's see. I don't know who is shooting. Was it the cops? Don't really know. Anyway, we're going to stop for the day, and I will see you folks around. Bye.